this optimization. Your central bank was in the last decades in this position, which we call internationally the so-called controlling style or involved central bank. The central bank which provides the banknotes you need, and you have to give them all the banknotes you have. Such a central bank has a lot of internal costs because they have, of course, branches and machines everywhere, and they have most of the risks internally because they are keeping the operations under control internally. But your central bank is moving. It's moving maybe not fully, somewhere in between, to a different position. They will empower you to take part of the job. They will motivate you, maybe a little bit force you to do part of their job, which means that they have to accept the central bank more external risk because they have to trust you that you will be doing fitness sorting, banknote recirculation, and storage. But they will also transfer you part of the costs because you have to invest according to the money project expectations. So what does it mean to you? You have a chance on one side to reduce your costs because you will be able to keep central bank money in your vault. You don't have to go for every banknote and deliver every banknote to your central bank. And in the difficult Turkish traffic geographical situation, for many of you it will be a cost reduction. On the other hand, you have to implement fitness sorting. You have to upgrade your operations to fulfill the fitness sorting requirements of the central bank. And again, on the positive side, you can recirculate fitness sorted banknotes, the fit banknotes, which may imply that you will have a faster process, you can cut your costs again, and maybe even you can develop new business models because you can serve your branches or your customers or your retailers much faster if you do it in a way. You will have the banknotes in your vault. You don't have to travel to the central bank branch. And finally, the relationship with your central bank will be very different. Until now, there was not a big need for any cooperation because they were doing their job, controlling fully the cash cycle, you were doing your job, but now you are partners. So this will imply much more intensive cooperation with the central bank. So these are the opportunities and risks and chances for you. However, you are not alone with this situation, because in Europe, such money projects happened in the last 15 years in a high number of countries. Let's look at now Europe. And I painted a map for you. Let's start with the bottom. How banknote recirculation models work in Europe. There are some countries, but you see mostly in East, where, like in the past in Turkey, banknote fitness sorting and recirculation was not allowed. It was impossible. It is impossible. So there are some countries, Ukraine, Belarus, but they are also changing, I believe, in the next years. And then there are some countries where, like Germany, Austria, Czech Republic, Slovakia, where the Eurozone fitness sorting requirement exists. So it is possible, like under the money project, to fitness sort and recirculate banknotes, but it is not happening so much because the central bank has not really pushed it. Because if the central bank remains a very cheap or free of charge source of fiat banknotes, then the commercial banks and CITs will not have any business case to do recirculation. So there are countries in the middle of Europe, like in this Germany space, where it is possible, but not really happening. But in the majority of countries, it is happening very similar to the way the money project foresees it. It is happening from Portugal and Spain, France, Italy, Switzerland, the whole English space, Scandinavia, and also my old country, Hungary. But also in countries like the Balkan countries, Romania, Bulgaria, the Baltic states. So all these countries work like the money project makes you to work in the future. So there is a lot of experience in Europe with such projects. And in most of the countries, we are partner of the central bank, of the CITs, of the commercial banks. So our offer to you is that we will share with you our experience, and not only now, but also in the operational world. And there are, by the way, some countries where exactly the same model like your money is working. These are with the dots, where the central bank also announced what your central bank is planning, a deposit model. So where you will have central bank money in your vault. So in these countries, there is also this deposit model. So we also know how that works. So you are not alone. There is a lot of experience. And now, going to operations, how these countries work in their cash centers. They moved in their money projects when it was implemented in the last